Coach, real quick, do you expect to see Michaela in the SEC tournament?
Michaela can play.
Yeah.
I could have played her today. She played in the Georgia game. Michaela and Haley both have been in and out of the boot all year because they deal with plantar fasciitis and their feet just hurt. So after the Georgia game, she just said it just kind of tender. So shut her down. I don't care if she plays in the SEC tournament or not, put her in a boot. Because what you don't want to have happen is you don't want the wear and tear of something turn into something that's not serious at all. So she's going to be prepared to do it. Today she knew I wasn't going to play her regardless, but she'll be in uniform and all that. But you got 3 weeks, baby. If that foot's tender anywhere, put a boot on it.
And overall, what were you thinking, listening to Angel and listening to Haley talk? What emotions are going through you right now listening to them?
I hope that they've answered the questions y'all keep asking me. So don't ask me about if they're coming back or not, right? As you can see, they're focused on basketball and focused on their team. I feel very lucky. I feel very blessed. They chose to come to LSU when we didn't. Angel, in particular, chose to come when we didn't have anything to sell other than myself. We didn't have national championship or anything like that. Now, we had history to sell in women's basketball back in the Simone days and Sylvia days. And I'll say it again, Angel Reese and what she did with her teammates in 1 year, that's pretty remarkable. And then Haley, the word that comes to mind for me is these young people, they're brought up in a generation where it's what have you done for me lately, and it's a very selfish generation. And that's my opinion. And she left a program that's a very good program because there was something in her game she was missing out on. She'd graduated, and I think that she maybe just saw something away from the individual stats, the number of shots taken, and maybe there was a shallowness to this. This doesn't really matter at the end of the day, how many shots you take and how many points you score. And she joined us, and she wanted to learn the point guard position, and she wanted to play for a national championship. And same thing with Morrow. They just wanted to play with good players, great players, and try to win a championship. And that just always will stand out to me about Haley and Morrow.
Right here, Coach. Fla J Johnson really got it going in the third quarter. She scored 11 of her 21 points. Also recorded 3 steals, which really allowed you guys to get some easy fast break points and really blow the game open. What do you think really prompted that shift?
I think Fla J's asked us to defend the better player on the opposing team, and I think she gets caught up sometimes maybe getting down on herself if she gave up a shot or she didn't feel like she did good defensively, and I think she allows it to affect her play. Secondly, I think she only had 4 shot attempts, so it's kind of hard to get untracked if you've only had 4 shot attempts, and I would have to look at the film to see why she only had 4. But my answer without looking at film is, well, if you only had 4, I know we missed a lot of shots. Go in there and get some offensive boards, and then you can get some more shots. I always tell them that. If you don't feel like you've gotten enough touches or attempts, go rebound the ball. And she's just grown so much in her game. She is everything you want to show young people about how much you can improve from your freshman year to your sophomore year. I think that's the jump that is so big in college sports, is from your freshman year, whether you redshirted in football or whatever it is, it's the jump of improvement that you make from your first year in college to your second year. They get used to time management, they get used to eating, they get used to all the things that were foreign to them when they were a freshman.
Coach, what has Shaq's involvement meant to the program as a fan and as a supporter? Certainly, you're earning lots of fans on your own, but he obviously brings some more to the table.
Well, Angel, I guess in a lot of ways, I don't know. Shaq may have followed us before Angel. I don't really know, but I think it's obviously her connection with Shaq. I didn't know he was here, and I just thought, wow, that's a big man walking out. And then I saw it was Shaq. But he's always very kind to me. He's very just attentive. You know, he wanted to hug me and touch me and all that in the halftime, and I'm not real happy at that moment. We're only up 6, but that's Shaq. I don't think it's anything more than he's a basketball guy. He has a daughter that's going to go play at the University of Florida. He had another daughter that I think played here before I got here. He has a son that played. You know, he's a basketball person. And this is his school. LSU is Shaq's school. And so I think he just loves everything about Baton Rouge and LSU. And I'm speaking not ever having that kind of conversation with Shaq. He is a wonderful ambassador for all of us.
Hey, Kim, I got 2 for you. How much this fan base has gravitated and galvanized itself toward Angel? Just how special has that been for you as her coach to see that the fans really just embrace her like they have the last couple of years? And then I also, too, just wanted to get your thoughts on your bobblehead, if you've seen it.
I think times are different now. What we are witnessing with these fans, and not just in the PMAC, but on the road, I've never seen anything like it, guys. And this isn't my first rodeo. I won 3 championships at Baylor. I've had a 40-0. I've never seen anything like this. So what's different? So I keep asking myself that question, and I think what's different is they're very, very talented. They're very entertaining. They're very accessible. They have unbelievable personalities, and they let it show. And if you combine all of that with a tough woman, that kind of intrigues people. That you can be beautiful, you can be talented, you can be tough, you can be you, and it reaches people that may have never had an interest in women's basketball before. I think it's a lot of that. And of course, Angel brings that to the court. Fla J, I mean, what a story that is. She stays up all night and she raps and does all that, and then she comes to practice and she has to go to school. That's a story in itself. The bobblehead, I didn't know we had a bobblehead until Friday. I've learned that I am on a need-to-know basis. I didn't know we had the Kim Mulkey dress-alike. I didn't know we had a bobblehead until they asked me to open it. When I saw it, I said, well, okay, I don't look like Bon Jovi. You know, one of them they did at Baylor, I look like Bon Jovi. Which is okay too, but I would rather it be for the kids. I would rather it not have been on senior night. They know if I had known about it, I would have said no. But I also am not upset about it because I understand what we're doing, and that probably brought more people to the PMAC. Like these jackets. I wouldn't go pay for all this stuff, but I wear it. So we've all, in some way, kind of contributed to this craziness we're seeing with fans.
Coach, you talked about you got a little heated there at halftime. Your girls, Angel said it, complacency. I know you're not going to tell us what you said at half, but what do you think? Where do you think that came from, and what kind of snapped them out of it, should I say?
Let me make it clear. This is not any reflection of Kentucky or Kyra Elsie. I love that woman. She learned from Pat Summitt. She played for Pat Summitt. She's everything that's good about doing things the right way. But I felt like we played the entire game like we could not be beat. And I don't like coaching kids like that. And I felt like that's how we played today. We get offensive boards and we kicking out for 40-footers. We get another board and we kicking it out here, you know. But that's what they see, right? That's what they see in the pros. So yeah, that's why the game, you go up 20, you get that, you go up, it goes back and forth. That kind of basketball will get you beat down the stretch.
Just to piggyback on that, you play without Michaela, you win by 21, but yet you're going to look at the film and probably see some things you don't like over stretches,
Yes.
right? And then to reflect too, you played 30 games, you won 26, despite a lot of talk about repeating and drama and whatever. How do you feel about overall where you're at
Oh,
right now?
I think we're right where we need to be. We've improved defensively. We know a little bit more about each other now than we did months ago. I think we have a hunger in that locker room still. There's a lot that don't have a ring. I think we have an opportunity to do some good things here in the SEC tournament. And if we don't, it's not the end of the season. The most important is after the SEC tournament. You know, I've never been a big proponent of conference tournaments anyway. I don't know. I guess we play it for money. I don't know why we play them. How many Cinderellas do you ever really have in women's basketball? But we'll play it, and we'll play to win.
Got time for a couple more in here.
Yeah, Kim, exactly what were you thinking on your early exit as you first half when you kind of left early, not very happy? What were you
Went to
thinking?
get the flowers for the presentations. Like, what are you going to do in six seconds that's not going to make me mad? So go get a flower. You know, flowers make women feel good. Did you know that?
Well, I knew that.
Okay.
That's why you went and got, you went.
There's a song, and remember this, because I'm not being funny here. Bring my flowers now while I'm living. Go listen to it. Old Tanya Tucker sings probably the best version. Bring my flowers now while I'm living. And I mean that. I just went out there to see if they had it all set up for it to go, and I turned back around and met them at half court.
Coach, with this day game win streak now, you played really good basketball down the stretch, but has the best version of this team still to come?
Can we play better games than maybe some of them we've played? Sure. You're always looking for that national championship game we played last year, right? You're always looking for that. I said last year when we won that national championship, I don't know if we could play any better than we did, if we could shoot it any better than we did. But I know this, it's March Madness now. You make sure that you rest them enough, and you make sure you stay sharp on the floor. You make sure you rest any aches and pains. That's why I did it with Michaela. I was like, And you know she wanted to play. You know I wanted her to play, but I'm like, no, somebody step on your foot. Somebody do. No, we're not doing any of that. Today and the next 3 games are not more important than the NCAA playoffs.
Thank you, guys. Oh,
We good?
We'll finish with one more. Here's one more.
First, I appreciate how you refer back to song lyrics from time to time to underline your life lessons there. So, just this building, named after Pete Maravich, today's the first day in 54 years. He's not the all-time scorer in NCAA history. I just want to get your thoughts on that change.
I'm going to get long-winded here, okay? Pete Maravich could do things with a basketball that I had never seen done in my life. Who can go behind your back, between your legs, and he just could see things. He was ahead of his time. The movie, y'all see his movie, you know, back in the day? That thing was, a lot of it was filmed in Hammond and Ponchatoula. So I was just glued to all the videos and the things that he did. I don't look at comparing apples to oranges. what Clark has done is unbelievable, and her name will be right up there at the top. But he played over here with no three-point shot, no three-point line, 3 years. And I don't think we need to make too much of, oh, she passed him because he's a man. Or, you know, she's who she is. And that's awesome. And Lord knows when I played against her, I was like, are you kidding me? What a generational talent. But I don't look at it like that. I look at it like this, two separate things right there. We good? All right.